Kaelin waited. Seating cross-legged on the ground, he watched through half-lidded eyes as Owen approached from a thick copse of trees. Although he still moved with little grace, he had made remarkable improvement in a short time. "Do I move like an elf now?" Owen asked, a look of eager anticipation written on his face. "I wouldn't try to sneak up on the war leader as yet, but yes, you have learned a bit," the elf replied. "Why don't you go around and try it again? You were still rustling the leaves as you approached." Once the boy was gone, Kaelin shifted his gaze to study Gareth's progress with a crossbow. Though it was readily apparent that Moradil was capable of doing great damage with the weapon, his concentration was elsewhere. "I am told the call will be painful if one is uncertain of their feelings," Kaelin said. "You need not endure the pain. We will welcome you no matter who or what you might have been to us in the past." Gareth nodded without looking at the elf, his gaze fixed straight ahead as he resighted the crossbow with trembling hands and fired into the undergrowth. "Hey!" Owen shouted in the distance, crashing back through the brush. He re-entered the clearing. "Could you be a little more careful where you're firing that thing? The last shot came far too close to me." Rising to his feet, Kaelin shook his head. "Then it is time for the lessons to an end. Okay. Wyverns. How have you been holding off the wyverns? I would have thought this many of them could have burned Elvendar to the ground." "Fortunately, the spells the Moradil have been using to control them aren't too strong or too complicated. Even with what little knowledge I have about magic, Tathor managed to teach me a cantrip that will turn them away." "Sounds like it might come in useful. If you have time, do you think you could teach it to me?" "You can have the scroll I studied. I don't think I will need it any longer, though I warn you, you'll need to find one of those beasts' eggs." "Oh, we were carrying one around for ages and I sold it each time you cast a spell. Tathor tried to explain the principle to me, but I had trouble following the complexities of it." "Right, okay, so I'll learn the spell anyway, but yeah. Which way will take us most quickly to Elvendar?" "If it were merely a matter of which way would take the least distance, I would suggest you take the northern bridge, but I understand from my scouts that wyverns have been alighting in heavy numbers near there. Well, we'll avoid that way if we can then. It would be far less dangerous to travel to the far western bridge and there across to the sleeping glades, though you may have some difficulties dealing with them. From there bear directly north until you reach Greyhorn. You will find an entrance to a subterranean ancient ruin there. Once you emerge from it, you'll be very near the heart of Elvendar itself." Ancient ruin. One nice thing about travelling underground, at least there is less chance of something dropping down on us from above. With all these wyverns flying about, I half expect one to come flapping out of nowhere any time I turn my head. "You may not find you're quite so enthusiastic about the ancient ruin once you pass through it. We do not use it much. Please tell me it isn't infested with a Braknur or something equally repulsive." "Infested? An interesting description, but not in the way you may think. None of the elven blood may easily walk its corridors without some measure of dread." "It is of the Valherv, then. The war leader assures us none of their ancient essence may touch us here, but the malevolence that permeates that place cannot be easily dismissed. We have not been so foolish, however, to leave it open to any that simply wish to enter it. There is too great a danger. There is too great a danger. Something that there has been unfound that is beyond our control. Only a few of the elves have a key that will unlock its doors." "How are we going to get in then?" "I will give Gareth the key I carry, and that is all that is required." "As simple as that?" "There is nothing simple about it. The force of Willard has taken for Gareth to have come even this close to Elvendar is monumental. Unless his reason for being here was of the utmost importance, he would have fled this forest long ago. I trust him." Sleeping glades. "You said we might encounter some difficulty with the sleeping glades." "It is one of Elvendar's natural defences. Those who enter them suddenly find themselves quite drowsy and will sleep for days on end. Many die in their sleep from lack of nourishment." "Right, well, we'd better keep away from that then." "Effective if non-selected. I assume there is a way they may be crossed." "It wouldn't be practical to live in a house for which there is no door. Though the sizes of the glades are variable, when you approach them you'll experience a slight feeling of disorientation. There is, however, a little-known path that can carry you safely through them. The glades run parallel to a mountain range southwest of here, north of the river's fork. They are difficult to cross, but you may circumnavigate them. If you head to the fork of the river, then stay close to the mountains to the north, you should be untroubled by the glades." Yes, so yeah, if we head sort of southwest and then north and sticking close to the mountains, we'll be fine. Okay, goodbye. Right then. Oh, yeah, so abilities have increased. Is there anything else we need to do around here then? No. There are some tents, and I think there's a chest as well. But there's nothing in it that we actually that bothered about that will do us any good, and we haven't got that much inventory space anyway. So let's just get rid of this scroll that Owen's carrying. There we are. Now then, have a look at the map. Now what we need to do, no, this is no good to me. Let's just exit that. Now, are we zoomed out? We need to come back up here, back down to Caldara. I think there might be something to do at Caldara. Sorry, just not the microphone there. Yep. So we'll just head south. We'll go back to Caldara, and that's where we'll end it for today, I think. Or this session, or what? I don't know. I better please save it because I don't want to have to go through all that again. Especially not those traps. I definitely do not want to go through those traps again. And we want to be going west, not east, actually. If we can. Do we want to be going west? Yes, we want to be going west. Of course we do. We want to be going north and then west, actually. Northwest. It's difficult to see with all these bloody trees in the way. Somebody needs to come through with an axe. Where the hell am I now? Right, okay, so yeah. It's always easier when you can actually see where you're going. Which I can't at the... There we go. So, south. Let's just... South. Let's stay on the road. Let's not stay on the road. What happened there? What's that? A glitch? Should we pull it? Still panting from the climb. No one's to the treehouse. I think we just wasted our energy climbing up here. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. It's a treehouse. I don't think we've ever seen one of those before. Right. Are we at Caldara yet? No. Well, we're not far off. We need rest. Okay. Yep. Is that... We must be at Caldara. Yes, we are. Right, let's just get back on the road and... Success. Right, I'm going to halt this there then, and we'll come back tomorrow, and I think there might be one or two more places just to explore around here, and then we can start making our way towards Elvendar again. Right, so I will see you then.